It's time for the Check-Up, your 10 minutes with experts across South Tyneside and Sunderland NHS Foundation Trust.
Hello and welcome to the Check-Up. I am Fiona Thompson, our Media and PR Manager for the Trust. I'm joined by Carl Sketchley, who is a clinical lead for children and young people's mental health services in South Tyneside. And Carl is going to run us through his advice and top tips when it comes to looking after our mental health, but especially what we can do to support our younger people around us. We set up a website which is a bit like a front door to our mental health services in Sunderland, South Tyneside and Gateshead. The address is STSFT mentalhealth.nhs.uk. That's STSFT mentalhealth.nhs.uk, and you can also find it through our own trust website. It offers a rundown of all the services in those areas, how to get help from the teams, a bit of information about each of the teams, and there's loads of information in there which can help. So over to Carl, what are your top tips?
Okay, thank you, Fiona. So as you say, I'm Carl Sketchley. I'm a clinical lead for children and young people's mental health services within South Tyneside and Sunderland Foundation Trust. My specific focus at the moment is children's mental health services in South Tyneside and Gateshead. I've been involved in services like this for 30 years now. I initially was a nurse, and I'm also trained in cognitive behaviour therapy, and I provide leadership and support in the delivery of our services.
Great stuff. So what kind of things do you think we would benefit from to help ourselves and help those around us?
Okay, well, I should first say that we all have mental health, and just the same as we all have physical health, and our mental health as well as our physical health can fluctuate. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not so good. And again, the same with physical health. We need to do things to maintain our mental health. We all need to do that. So these are some of the things that we've identified, and you can find additional resources with regards to this through the NHS website, and it's all linked around the 5 ways to wellbeing. And the summary of those are to connect, so to spend some time every day to connect with another person, whether that's a family member or a friend, that to avoid isolation and to be able to interact with other people. The second thing that we can do is to be active. So active in any way, depending on your level of fitness and your mobility needs. Doing something that's active that you enjoy, again, has proven to show really positive benefits for your emotional well-being, your mental health. The next thing is to try to learn something new. And again, that will be different for different people, but it can just be learning to paint, learning to ride a bike, just something that you're interested in, that you can gain some additional skills and mastery. Again, that shows to improve your self-esteem, your sense of well-being. The next thing is to give. So when you give something to somebody else, actually that makes you feel good as well. Again, how you do that can depend. We're not talking about giving pots of money, but just giving a smile, giving a compliment, maybe volunteering to do something, those sorts of things. If we can do something like that kind of every day, then again that improves our well-being and maintains our mental health. The last thing is to be present in the moment. So what I mean by that is not to think about things that happened in the past, not to worry about what's going to happen in the future, but just to be aware of the here and now and take a moment to kind of really understand and observe that. So observing your surroundings, looking at the detail around you. There are lots of times when I do that for myself, when I'm walking in the street or in the countryside, and you kind of just noticing kind of wildlife or trees and the things like that sometimes you just walk past and never really kind of appreciate. But things like even noticing kind of yourself and how you're feeling physically, your breathing, the temperature, kind of any kind of aches and pains, kind of relaxing your muscles, those sorts of things. Anything that gives you the opportunity to really just to be mindful of how you are now, and rather than, like I say, worrying about the past and the future, And again, that can really help your well-being and maintain your mental health. As I say, my focus is on children and young people, but our services are available to adults as well. And what I would say for those adults who are parents and carers, have responsibility for other children, your well-being is really important in supporting your children and young people's mental health. I always think about the analogy of being on an aeroplane, and whenever you kind of get the safety talk on an aeroplane, they talk about if there's going to be a reduction in oxygen, face masks will come down, and the message always is to put the face mask on yourself before you're able to help other people. And that's the same with regards to mental health. You need to be well in yourself, mentally, emotionally, to be best able to support other people, including your children. The other thing that I'd really like to say is that please don't be afraid to ask. It's really common, more common than often than people think, that we have mental health difficulties. For children and young people, approximately 20% of those, so 1 in 5, have a mental health difficulty. Please be assured that you're not the only one. So, there are lots of things that we can do to maintain our mental health. Sometimes that's not enough, and there are circumstances beyond our control, and we need some additional support, and that's where our services come in. And you know, we want to see every child, young person, and their parents and carers who have a mental health need, that need additional support. So we are really accessible. You can refer yourself into our services, you can be referred through your school, through your GP, through others. So my final message would be that if you need additional support, please don't be afraid to ask.
And that website is a really fantastic place to start, because I know sometimes it takes a big step forward for people to come and get in touch with us. So the website, again, I'll give it just for good luck, is STSFT mentalhealth.nhs.uk, and there's a section for all of the teams that we represent. I think off the top of my head there's 9 or some across Gateshead, South Tyneside and Sunderland, and there's a little section for each one to explain what they do, how to get in touch, how they can help, and also loads of resources about where to find other support and interesting information, videos and loads more, so it's definitely worth a look. So Carl, thank you for giving us a bit of a rundown, that's really helpful, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today on The Checkup. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode, and stay connected by following us on social media. Just search STSFT.